Hey guys, it's been a minute since my last video. Guess what we're gonna talk about today? Gambling addiction. Yay. So Woolie's gone. Yeah, she's gone. I wanna say right off the bat that I'm not mad that she's gone. And we're gonna get into why while I do my dailies on this new girl. I know I didn't make a lot of videos, but it's kind of odd seeing me transition from casual peruser of this game to full-on maniac. I don't even know why I'm calling it a game. It's not. It used to have a game in it, but they got rid of it for some reason. They also got rid of the casino, which was the best part of the app. The casino, ironically, had the least amount of gambling in it. There were no stakes, just spin, and if you got lucky, you could win actual in-game currency, both the money kind and the gems. It was win-win. It was awesome. You also got outfits that you can complete. It was great, and they decided to nip it, just get rid of it. They also had this matching game where you pay to progress, kinda, sorta. I didn't really get into it that much, but the fact that it was there was enough to call this app a game. But now, forget it. It's just an app. But an app I continued to hemorrhage money on. I was a whale, buying shit I didn't need or would only ever wear once before the next thing came out. I try to convince myself that no, I totally will wear this one day, only for shit never to get worn. And somebody call APS on my ass because my pets are so neglected. Like, that is the main thing I collected, but as soon as they became mine, as soon as I petted them and they were 100% mine, they'd go into storage and I'd never ever bring them anywhere. The lucky one sat comatose in my room because they were fixtures at that point. They weren't something special anymore. You can only take up to 2 pets with you anywhere, and you can only have 7 active in your room at once. And as of my ban, I had over 40. Now, why was I banned? I was banned for refunding. And this isn't a temporary ban, this is permanent. Probably. Now, why doesn't this upset me? Let me set the stage for you. So the January Gacha comes out, and honestly, I don't care. I really don't even like it. But there was one thing that did catch my eye that I really did like. And of course, it was one of the hardest things to get, some sparkly blue eyes with hearts in them. So I spun for them and did not get them. So I spun again, and again, and again, and by the time I got myself to stop, I was down $400. $400. Do you know how much cocaine you could get with that? I mean, probably not a lot, but enough to kill you at least. And I spent it on trying to get something I didn't even get. And the saddest part was, I would have been all right losing those $400 if I had gotten it. This was the moment. This was when I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Who am I? The app is a shell of itself, and here I am, blowing all of this money for eyes that I might wear twice. Don't get me wrong, I had every intention of wearing those eyes to death, but that's always how it starts. I look at something and I say, this is it. This is my look. This is the only thing I will ever need. And then 10 o'clock rolls around and they release something new, and I'm like a cheating bitch trying to convince my boyfriend that I'm not sick of him. Oh no, baby, we're just going out to the New York Square. I promise. I'm gonna put you right back on. All the other dusty ass eyes looking at that one saying, Now, it's not like this was a new revelation for me. I had thought about this for a while, especially with my pets. Why did I collect so many when I couldn't even use them all? And then I realized why I kept doing it. It wasn't the item that was exciting, it was winning that was exciting. All the cosmetic shit was just a bonus. But it felt good when I got to say that I got this on my first try, or I got this after only 3 spins. This is why I miss the casino so much. Yes, getting the cash at the end of the week when you hit top 10 or top 3 even was awesome. But when the lights started to flash and the screen exploded and those gold letters appeared saying jackpot or epic win showed up on my screen, oh my god, it felt so good. And it was guilt-free too. I didn't have to spend a dime, I just had to sit there. It was a rush that also rewarded you. I mean, win-win. And they got rid of it. But those gotchas, they do the same thing. You just had to spend a few bucks. Conversely, if you lose a lot, it has the opposite effect. I don't know if there's a name for it. One more spin-itis? OMS? Let's call it OMS. Now my ass is gonna call it that only for OMS to already be a thing, some kind of butthole disease. But you know, that's what it is, some kind of butthole disease. There were times when I refused to stop spinning unless I got one rare item. It could be something that I had no desire to own, but by fuck, I wasn't leaving until Sebastian popped up. I don't know what made me stop that night. I've never stopped before until after I've gotten what I want. But that night, I looked at myself and I said, bitch, that's $400. And that's when I realized I had a problem. So, what was I gonna do? Walk off that $400 and promise myself I'd never do it again? I knew that wouldn't work. Then I thought, maybe I should just delete the account. But I was royal. I was invested. Not only did I have a lot of shit, but there was no $50 or $75 pay window I had to fuck around with at the start of every month. I was VIP for life, baby. And LinePlay would certainly not let me get away with refunding. They'd ban me for at least a month. Then I looked at my bank account, and then I said, fuck it. There was something wrong with me reasoning with myself that giving these people $400 when they gave me this shitty, castrated app and chances at the things I want was alright. It wasn't. None of this shit was worth it. That wasn't even what I was buying. I was buying a high. A high that I didn't even need before I started using this app. Also, I started thinking about the early days and how I was so much happier back then. Back then, I only needed one pet, and I was proud to have one pet. It was Winter. That's the pet's name for those of you who don't know. A fashionista prize that's probably never coming back. He was special, he was rare, and I didn't even gamble for him. I remember decorating my room with things that you could find in the regular shop and being so proud of how creative I was. I remember having basic bitch black hair and absolutely no makeup items, and my personality still being able to stand out in the cafe. But those days weren't gone. Not like LinePlay would want me to believe. It just took some time for me to remember them. And when I did, my solution was simple. I called Google Play, I called my bank, fuck the consequences, do not let these charges go through. I did everything to make sure that LinePay did not get another cent of my money. They could ban my ass, I didn't care. And they did. I was not expecting a forever ban, but I was very relieved when it happened. Because that meant that I could start over and do it right. I wasn't gonna have a million outfits. I was gonna have one. maybe 2. Anything special I got? I mean, it was a bonus, but not necessary. I don't like auras, I don't like moving dresses. I only need 1 pet. Now you might be asking yourself, why don't you just leave the app? Especially if you know you have a problem. It's the people. The people on LinePlay are some of the coolest I've ever met. LinePlay might seem like an app for kids, but it's kind of not. A lot of adults play it, and they're cool people. It's enough to keep me there, but I don't think I'm gonna forget the feeling that I felt that night in January. And I'm also gonna appreciate the little things. Like right now, I'm trying to save up enough gems to buy a fucking countertop for my kitchen. It's kind of fun and satisfying. I mean, eventually I will have enough, and just purchasing things outright, not gambling for them, just purchasing them after you've sat in your room and fed yourself and slept for 10 gems a pop. It'll feel real good having those items. Also, the savvier among you have noticed that I have quite a bit of cash and an epic in my room. I also have the pet and the VIP eyes. Yikes. Actually, it's not. At the start of the month, I kept making new accounts because each new account can get a VIP ticket off the bat. You lose your free spin by using it before paying for VIP status, but seeing as how I had no intention of giving LinePlay any more money, I didn't care. So I kept remaking and remaking until I got a character who won the pet. That's my pet from now on. He will not be one of many pets, he will be my pet. His name is Teddy Snoo Snoo, 'cause he'll fuck you. Someone was kind enough to purchase the starter cash packs for me, which, by the way, are fucking amazing. You get 3 times the cash for these fucking prices. That's how you should be treating your royal members. Anyway. It's far more pleasing to play LinePlay this way, because the game suddenly becomes, what can I get for nothing? And that is a fun fucking game. How many gems can I save? How lucky can my free spin on non-VIP gotchas be? What kind of items can I craft at the Adelaide with just what I've harvested in my garden and not what I've gotten from gotcha spins? For the first time in a long time, I'm fucking excited. Because as I record this, there is one thing I can think of that does invoke that same feeling that you get when you win big. And that's when you get a bargain. Of course, all of this could totally blow up in my face, and I could revert back into gambling. If that happens, I will probably just leave. LinePlay plans on doing some sort of revamp that's going to invigorate its population, supposedly. Maybe they will. I look forward to not paying for any of it. Get off my lawn!